Hello everybody, it's John from the Sons of Media channel, and today I'm going to start off with the very first news video. And I'd like to preface the video by saying, please do not loop in the political section or news section of this channel with any of the gaming or other sections of the channel, because political views are very deeply rooted in people's minds, and I don't want that to ruin the entertainment fact of the rest of this channel. So please enjoy. Hello everybody, today I'm going to be starting the news with a little bit of my own thing. I'm going to take the first 20 quotes, or the first quotes from the first 20 pages of the Politifact quotes section, and see how many of the political figureheads I choose, how many of their statements are false or true. Now, the way this is going to work is, if it's anywhere from half true to true, those are true statements. If it's anywhere from mostly false to the pants on fire category on the truth-o-meter, it is false. So fairly self-explanatory. And as you saw, we're going to be starting with Ted Cruz today. It's going to be fun. You heard the boos. So I went through the first 20 quotes of Ted Cruz, and 18 out of 90% of his 20 quotes are false. 2 were, I believe, mostly true. I think 1 was half true. So I'm going to just take one quote, and I'm going to do this for every figurehead. I'm going to take one quote that was told to be true, and one quote that was false. I'll take the most false quote and the most true quote that I found. Alright? So the true quote I found was from Ted Cruz, quote, "The Obama administration is refusing to directly arm the Kurds." Now, this is true, of course. Politifact has a decent lack of bias. They still do have biases. If you heard about that scandal where they had it 50-50, even though the Democrats were telling the truth more, but let's not get into that. Let's stick with Ted Cruz. So, I did some research on this, and I found out that we are not directly, or the Obama administration, we are not directly sending arms. Keyword, directly. We are still sending arms, but we do send it through the Iraqi government, who, in the past, them and the Kurds did not get along very well, because the Iraqi Kurds, much like the Turkey, Syria, other area Kurds, want their own nation. But in recent years, due to the Islamic State, they have joined together, and many of their differences had subsided. And now the relationships have been improving, so we just give the arms to the Iraqi government, which also supplies the Iraqis and the Kurds. And if you haven't checked, the Kurds are kind of kicking ass. And then here's the false statement. Quote, "Many of the alarmists on global warming, they've got a problem because science doesn't back them up." There's more. "In particular, satellite data demonstrates for the last 17 years there's been zero warming." Alright, Mr. Cruz. So, did about 10 minutes of research. Here's what I found. Change is usually caused by altering of the Earth's orbit over a long period of time. So, Earth's orbit around the Sun alters slightly, because it's not a perfect circle, it's an ellipse, so it's kind of like an oval shape. So that's usually what happens over an extremely long period of time. We're talking like millions of years, right? No, sorry, like thousands of years. I exaggerated. Here's some proof that we are causing this. Sea levels have risen 17 centimeters. nearly And they're increasing nearly double the rate they were in the 20th century in the past 10 years. Alright, we're going to keep going. Surface area temperature continues to increase at an alarming rate. Again, double that of what happened in the 20th century, which it started off in 1880 when we started using coal a lot more for things like trains and other stuff like that. Now, 700 meters of ocean from top to 700 meters below have warmed 0.302 Fahrenheit. Now, of course, that doesn't sound big in the grand scheme of things, right? Like, ooh, 0.302 Fahrenheit, that's not even going to give you a fever if you're 0.302 degrees above your normal temperature. But the fact is, in a extremely short amount of time, we have increased the temperature by 1/3 of a degree, which does not happen because of Earth, because Earth's orbit must alter to naturally change the conditions of the climate. And finally, my favorite one actually, glacial retreats. Now this means places like the Himalayas and the Andes and stuff like that they're so high up that they have glaciers at the top of their mountains, which provides water from surrounding areas, will melt and they will not exist anymore. So those are just a few things that prove that global warming, fine, climate change if you want to be more correct, but global warming is occurring. So Cruz, you struck out. I'm going to give you a score of 10% because that's the amount of quotes that were true on the first 20 pages of Politifact. That's how I'm going to be ranking them too. I'm going to rank each politician at the end. I'll have one big video where I rank each politician with their statements and the amount of truth with them. Alright guys, this has been John signing off. I hope you enjoy this first video, and leave a like if you liked it, comment if you disagree with me. I will back myself up, and there are citations in the description to the websites that I used for my sources. Thank you.